Hi everyone, let's talk about the Marxist theory of migration. So this theory primarily focuses on the consequences of migration rather than the causes of migration, but this gives an insight. It suggests that migration is inevitable in the development of capitalism because of alienation from the land. So you get the market working, you get private landowners buying out land and stuff, and therefore your peasants, your agricultural workers, they don't own the land anymore, they can't live off the land, and therefore they have to migrate to urban areas in order to get jobs that pay you money, in order to buy food, in order to live. Therefore, it's forced due to alienation of the land. And then it suggests that migrant workers, these people who migrate, are exploited by the employers because they're low paid, they're willing to accept lower wages because they come from rural areas that generally have lower wages than urban areas, so they're willing to accept lower wages. They're less likely to strike because, number one, there is a disconnect from them and their locals. So there's a language barrier, perhaps there's a community social barrier, and therefore they're not joined together in a union. And so they just want to get by, they just want to put food on the table, and they don't want to stir up any issues, so they are less likely to strike. And also, a lot of the times the employers, they pay insurance, they pay health benefits, they pay education for the employee's family. But because the migrant workers, their families are in the origin, their source, and they are the ones sending remittances back to support the family, the employers can kind of cut that cost away and therefore exploit the migrant workers. Again, because the migrant workers, they work with imperfect information, they don't know that they actually can argue for insurance or support costs and stuff. So all of this leads to lower bargaining powers for both the migrant workers and also the local communities because their voice has been shut down because they can just use the migrant workers as alternatives. So what this leads to is lower wages for your employees but higher profits for your employers because they cut costs, and that widens your inequality. Your labor, the fact that remittances are sent back to the origin is only minuscule compared to the labor that the migrant workers provide. So it's suggesting that the monetary value of the labor, so the productivity gain, the profits gain, is so much greater than the remittances that it widens inequality, because in urban areas they develop quicker and the remittances is just very minuscule. So you get a slower growth as compared to your urban areas or wherever the people are migrating towards. And also remittances dependency or widens inequality because when you get a large flow of remittances, those areas, they might decrease their productivity because they get lazy. They think, oh, I'm secure with all this remittance income, I don't need to work anymore. And that leads to dependency of remittances. You don't get any productivity, and that widens inequality because you don't have growth there, but you have growth in your urban areas. So this sums up Marxist theory. It primarily focuses on the widening inequality consequences and just a bit of the causes. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.